Good move, AJ. Over the top of the hill. Bow. He's got Gardner behind him, and while these two have been carving each other up, I think Scaife has managed to close the gap a little bit behind them, with Longhurst and the Castrol Falcon as well. We've got Perkins, Richards and Ellery making out the top 10. So Bow trying to fend off the Coke attack from Wayne Gardner. A lot of people didn't realise that horrific smash of Bow's at Phillip Island, he is actually resulted in lacerated kidneys. He's driving with a kidney belt over the last couple of races, and he really did take a hammering in that crash.
And by gee, look at this, Stephen Richards, the leading privateer in this race, right on Larry Perkins' hammer. This is the battle for 8th, 9th, and just in behind them, Stephen Ellery in 10th spot. So there's action aplenty in the second heat.
Yeah, there's a real battle going on here in the Privateers Cup, because there's our Privateers Cup points leader, Stephen Richards. Stephen Ellery second in the points right behind him. So there's a battle within a battle happening here. Ellery will not want to let him get away.
Stephen Richards is very talented and a very aggressive young driver, and he'd be quite happy to be giving Larry Perkins a bit of hurry up here.
I think he'd be even happier to be in front of him, Wilco, and the way he's driving at the moment, it's very possible. It's a very small team that work unbelievably hard. They also run a super touring car, and at the moment they seem to be racing every weekend, but with that he's had a bit of a bad run off that Ripple strip, which has opened the door for Ellery here.
Look at this big attack from Ellery, not quite fast enough in a straight line to get inside the Valvoline Commodore. And meanwhile, yeah, as we said, Scaife has managed to close the gap in this scrap between Gardner and Bow. So now we've got a threesome. Seeing a Holden race cam takes you to the tail of this battle. Scaife currently running in 6th, Gardner in 5th, Bow in 4th.
Which is slowly unwinding to be very similar to the first race, where 3/4 of the way into the race, Mark Scaife's package seemed to be working very well. So well, in fact, he was the fastest car on the circuit, and we see Gardner pull to the inside there to make sure Scaife can't get down there under brakes.
Well, it's effectively two battles, isn't it, Brad? There's the Bridgestone battle at the front, and there's the battle for everyone else.
Well, there's actually three. There's the HRT battle, the Bridgestone, and then everybody else.
Larry Perkins, not Larry Perkins, Tony Longhurst is right in behind this trio as well.
Scaife getting very close to the back of the Coke Holden.
So not only is he watching Gardner out the front, but he'll have one eye in the mirror watching Longhurst, wondering where he's going to appear next. So difficult situation to be in, but Scaife's handling it quite well, and all over Gardner.
The two Yokohama cars, Ford and Holden, both hooked up together. Longhurst now has been involved with Yokohama's tyre development program, giving a bit of extra input in terms of what tyres the Falcon requires. And slowly but surely they're getting their act together. I'm sure that mountain at Bathurst is what they're focusing on.
Well, if you look at it from a parity point of view, the two Yokohama leading factory teams, if you will, are running neck and neck, and the Dunlop's on Gardner's car and the Dunlop on Bow's car, and then you look at Bridgestone, and HRT just seem to be cruising away in front of Glenn Seaton. So
these guys just passing the start-finish line. 17 laps completed for them, and of course for the front runners, Lowndes and Brock, 3 to go.
Yeah, it's just extraordinary how easy HRT are making this look. They're just in another class in this field. Domination that we really haven't seen before in 5-litre touring car racing in the 4 years of operation.
And of course Glenn Seaton running around on his own at the moment. Daylight between the top 2 cars and himself, and then daylight from him back to this group.
Oh, look at Gardner down the inside of Bow.
very nice move.
He's been trying to set that up for a few laps, but just might have been a bit of a little nudge from Bow on the way out.
And Gardner needs to get back over to the inside to block Bow down the end of this straight as he moves across. Bow's car's sliding around so much, looks like he's used up his quota of tyres again in this race, and he'd just be hanging on for grim life so he can collect as many points as possible.
Considering he's only got those 8 tyres to pick from, he's got to try and pick the best of the worst for Heat 3, so he's probably going to be in more trouble.
That's true, and without confusing all the viewers with the tyre rule, if you blister one or have a very bad flat spot, you get one new tyre, which is actually quite a bonus, but you know, it needs to be more than just worn out, and so you'd be hoping, I guess, if you were John Bow, that you blister a tyre in his heat.
Mark Scaife looking for a way by Bout here too, if he can get it, because time's running out.
Just a fabulous view on race cam, looking over the shoulder of Scaife, working at the wheel.
JB blocks to the inside, so there's not a hole there for anyone to drive into, and Look at the back of that car, it's just shaking around. He's getting wheel spin as he gets on the throttle there, and it just enables Scafey just to catch up that little bit and make his life a bit hard in the next corner.
Last lap board has gone out for the race leaders, Lowndes and Brox. They've passed the start-finish line, and this battle just coming round the home turn to cross the start-finish line with 1 lap to go for them.
See how much kickback through the wheel when they get these things up on the ripple strips. Quite a difficult thing to hang on to. Look at Scafe trying to look down the inside of Bow. He's right alongside.
Doesn't get much closer to this.
Just not enough. He had the bumper to bumper turning in there, but just not enough real estate to make a move. But he's just been climbing all over the back of Bow's car. He could well make a move before this final lap is completed. Tony Longhurst too is well within firing distance. And he's very close to Scafe as they come over the hill for the final time. This will be interesting as they come down to Kolb Corner.
Well, that's taken the heat off Bow.
Yep, Scafe trying to defend his position as well as attack the one in front. It's a very busy boy in heat 2. Longhurst gets a good quick run out of that corner too. He's right up behind the Sega Commodore as they come over the hill for the final time.
Meantime, HRT are lapping it up, and Lowndes takes the checkered flag 1.5 inches in front of Peter Brock.
A deja vu for HRT. Coke there now. Seaton should have finished third.
He has.
And here comes Bow managing to hold out Scafe. But Wayne Gardner getting the better of the Shell FAI Ford driver.
The championship is just about set in concrete for Craig Lowndes. Winner again from Peter Brock, Glenn Seaton in 3rd spot, then Wayne Gardner, John Bow in 5th position.
In 6th, Mark Scafe, Tony Longhurst in 7th, Larry Perkins in 8th, Stephen Richards, first of the Privateers in 9th, and Stephen Ellery in position 10.